So I figured I would go through my prep a little bit with you guys, show you some of the stuff that I do, a little tips, stuff like that. So I finally found my kitchen after last night of crazy prepping. It was a disaster, so I finally got it clean, so I figured I would get this all out and show you guys. First of all, I took a long time to figure out what works for me as far as prepping and what doesn't work for me. How I figured that out was just trying new things. Yeah, sorry. Was just trying new things every week. You figure out what works and you figure out what doesn't work. And just looking up different ideas and different recipes. One tip I have is don't try too many new things in 1 week as far as like recipes. Like if you have like a bunch of recipes that you want to try, don't do them all in the same week, because one, it's a lot of work. Two, it's a lot of work, really, that's a big one. And two is then you're gonna get all these recipes you want to try out of the system, and next week you're gonna have to find all these new recipes that you want to try so you don't get bored. So try to stick with a few staples and try like maybe 1 or 2 new things a week to experiment, and that way it makes it last a little bit longer. Some staples for me are, of course, chicken. If you can have dairy, I can't have dairy. Overnight oats, eggs, egg cups. What's another staple? I love ground turkey. Chili, I love turkey chili. I usually have that like every other week. Anyway, so here's my prep from last night and yesterday, because let's be real, it took me all day with the kids. So first thing is I made some tomato sauce to keep. I ran out. I always have some tomato sauce in my fridge because I like to put it on a lot of different things. Like if I don't want plain chicken, I'll just put tomato sauce on it. Or if I just want something to mix together, I'll put tomato sauce on it. It's really good on your eggs. Like I just always have some in the fridge. So this one's going in my fridge and these ones are going in my freezer. And then when I run out of this one, I'll just put one in my fridge. That way I always have one in my fridge. I make it like maybe every 2 months or so. So I made a double batch. The recipe is in the recipe file tab in the group. Another thing is asparagus was on sale this week for 97 cents a pound. It's usually like way more expensive, so I bought a ton of it, but there's no way we're gonna eat all of that this week and it's gonna go bad. So I steamed it for a few minutes. They call it blanching. I steamed it for a few minutes, put it in some cold water, and then let it dry out and put it in baggies, and these are going in the freezer. These are all asparagus. And then we are gonna have it once this week. So I washed it all ahead of time. I chopped the ends, I washed it, and put it in a baggie like this so it stays fresh, a little bit more fresh. And then when I go to cook it with our dinner this week, I don't have to wash it or prep it or anything. Like it's ready to go. That is a big tip I have, is plan out stuff for your dinners ahead of time. For example, I don't know if you can see, but I have my dinners all put right there, so I know what I'm gonna need. So turkey burgers are tonight. So the turkey is in my fridge right now, defrosting, and we are going to have fajitas tomorrow. So what I did was I already cut up the peppers. These are gonna be for our fajitas tomorrow. So it just makes it that much easier. Yes, I could do it tomorrow, but what if I'm feeling lazy tomorrow, you guys? What if I don't wanna cook the peppers? What if I forget to start cooking until 5:30? Like, sorry, I have a cold. Then I don't wanna have to do that. So just get it out of the way while you're doing everything. I'm gonna want beets this week. I'm either gonna roast them, and I'm thinking about trying beet steaks. So I peeled them ahead of time so I don't have to do it later, because if I am not feeling like doing it, I'm not gonna do it. I prepped some oats for breakfast, some steel cut oats. They take a long time to cook, so I prep them in bulk. And then in the mornings, just portion them out. I got some cabbage, so I made some coleslaw yesterday. I made it with a little bit of dairy-free yogurt. This is a good little snack idea, especially if you have kids. I have some celery sticks, and then I put saran wrap over the top, and then, hold on. Let me show you. Some peanut butter, 2 teaspoons of peanut butter in there. It's a good snack for on the go and really good with kids as well. More peppers. I buy peppers every week because I like to mix them in my eggs. I like to saute them with chicken or, like the fajitas. I buy them almost every week. But if I don't cut them up ahead of time and put them in containers or baggies or something, they go bad in my fridge, or I don't cut them up until the next week. So that's a huge tip I have. Yeah, sorry. Is cut up your veggies and your fruits ahead of time. If you have strawberries, cut them up. Grapes, wash them and put them in containers. I used to portion these out into half purples or purples, and put them in baggies for on the go. Again, I work from home, So I don't need to do that a ton of the time because I can just, you know, measure it out and eat it because I'm at home most of the time with my kids. But I did used to work full time, and that's what I would do. And I don't have to put my chicken in little meals because I can just eat it out of here and measure it and stuff. But I do have some fish tacos that I made. So I made some, sorry, the baby's going crazy. So I made some cod with some seasoning and I baked that. And then I have some mango salsa and some of my coleslaw. Jeter, place. Sorry, my dog. And then I have the tortillas in here. And that way I can just put it together. And I made 2 of those. See, someone's going for my grapes. Let's see what else we have. I had bought a ton of green beans. So I steamed some green beans here. I have some raw in the fridge because my toddler likes them for a snack. I put some in a baggie with some tomatoes. And I'm trying tofu for the first time this week, but you could do this with chicken. And I marinated it in some balsamic and put it in the oven and roasted it. And it's a nice little meal and it's all measured out. Yeah. Another thing, again, for the dinners is we are having nachos this week. And I'm going to make kale chip nachos for me. So I had a ton of kale. I took the stem out, I washed it, I dried it, and I put it all in a baggie. So on Thursday when we have nachos, it's already ready, and it's just that much less time. Yes, I did it all yesterday, but I mean, just get it all done. Also, I made some turkey chili for lunches. So really my lunches look like turkey chili, chicken, and I have some veggies I could pair with it over there. And then I have my shrimp tacos. I have this meal for lunches. And then for dinners, I have everything ready. I just have to get the meat out the night before to thaw, and then I have it ready to cook. So that's kind of what my prep looks like. For my breakfast, I have the oatmeal. I have some eggs in there. I'm trying to avoid eggs. She doesn't react very well to them. Sorry, colds are awful. And then I made some homemade tofu as well. I know I did a lot this week. I made some homemade tofu that I'm going to try out. So we'll see how that goes. I have my almond milk. I have my Shakeology. I have my spinach for my shakes. I have fruit in there. I have the grapes. I am all set. So I hope this helped. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I know it was kind of all over the place. But again, I just kind of wanted to show you what that looks like. And this isn't all for me. My family's going to eat some of this. Obviously, somebody really wants the grapes. No more grapes. And my husband, my dad will eat some of this. So yeah, I hope this helped. I know this was kind of long, but let me know if you guys have any questions. Really though, just get it all prepped ahead of time. I didn't start doing those things for the dinners until recently, and it helps a lot because I find myself, when it's time for dinner on those days, I'm like, I don't want to cut up the peppers. I don't want to prep this. I don't want to prep that. You know, so get it all ready. Fajitas, get the peppers ready. Nachos, get the kale chips ready for doing kale chips. Stuff like that. If you're making a meal with salsa later in the week, make your salsa ahead of time. Peel and cut your vegetables. So I hope you guys all have a great day. Super excited for day 1. I'm going to try and get these 2 down for a nap, but you guys are all doing great, and I'm so excited for these next 30 days. Bye.